Okay. It is August 5th of 2025. We are in Mims, Florida, interviewing Dorothy Stoll. What is your whole name?
Dorothy G. Soul.
The G stands for
Jean.
Oh, okay. Um so tell us about your um encounter with some, I don't even know how to phrase it because we're not exactly sure if they were Al Qaeda. Or not. So tell us around the time and where this was.
A few weeks before the towers was hit.
A few weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a month. I just don't know.
And you were a waitress?
I was a waitress at Whistle Junction. Yes.
Well, at the time it was called Ryan's, right?
I don't know if it had switched names yet then or not. It was Ryan's and then went to Whistle Junction.
Yeah, I don't remember when.
I don't remember.
But I think it was called Ryan's, but it might have been called Whistle Junction at the time. Who knows? Anywho, so they were stated in your area.
Yes.
Oh, before this, tell us what the address was.
I don't know.
But it was in Titusville, Florida.
On Cheney Highway in Titusville, Florida.
Okay. Across the street from the Walmart.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So tell us, how many?
Four.
There. And they were Middle Eastern?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Only one spoke English.
Okay. Did the others, look at you at all?
Not really.
Okay. Did they ever leave a, tip?
Now that I do not remember.
Okay. So, just tell us what the story is, and I'll ask questions throughout.
Well, they come in for about 2 weeks of an evening for dinner. Now, whether they were in there for lunch, I don't know because I didn't work that shift. One spoke English. He did the ordering of the drinks and everything.
What shift did you work?
I worked 3 to closing.
3 o'clock
in the
to
afternoon to closing.
Okay. Go on.
Like I say, they really didn't talk to us. They hardly looked up and acknowledged we were even at the table. But after they started, the FBI and that was investigating, somebody called the FBI. I don't know who did, and they come by and talked to us. Different girls waited on them because I wasn't there every day. So they come in and they tried to talk to us to figure out if that was part of the group because they were in the pilot training thing in Daytona, where they were training pilots. They went to I can't remember the name of the college or the place of business that was training them, but.
Okay. You said we. When we waited on them or served them?
Well, I served them, and if I wasn't there, other girls did. We all got to talking and realized that, they were those people, those kind of people,
And did you ever see them after the September 11th?
No.
Okay. Do you remember any of the other names of the waiters or waitresses?
No, not really. I don't even remember which one even called the FBI and told them about them coming in.
But the FBI did show up and they interviewed you.
Yeah, they come in and talked to several of the girls.
And they identified themselves as FBI agents. Yeah. Did they show you a I guess a photo lineup of the hijackers?
I do not remember.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, because I remember you were I think, telling me about it years ago, and I think you said something to the effect of some of them looked like them.
They looked Eastern, yes. They had the dark hair and the mustache and the dark complexion, spoke a foreign language. I couldn't tell you what it was, because I don't know.
Was the only facial hair that they had was mustaches?
Well, I think maybe short beards or something. I don't really remember.
Okay. And only one spoke to you at all.
Yeah, only one did the English to tell us what they wanted to drink and if they wanted more and all that stuff.
So prior to recording, you mentioned that they were rude.
No, well, I wouldn't call it rude. They just didn't know the language to talk to us. They just, they would just sit there. That's like somebody speaking Spanish and you don't know Spanish. What are you going to do? You're not going to acknowledge anything,
So the one that spoke to you, how good was his English?
You could understand it, but there was an accent to it.
Okay.
He didn't say a lot, just what he needed to.
Okay. Did you notice what they ate? Because Ryan's Whistle Junction, whatever it was
a buffet.
called. Yeah. Do you remember anything that they ate?
No, I don't remember what was on their plates. I never looked, paid that much
Yeah.
attention.
Because in Islam, like Judaism, there's restrictions on what type of meat and
I
stuff.
didn't pay no attention to what they ate.
If you were shown let me rephrase. If you were shown images of the 9/11 hijackers, I believe there was 29 of them, would you be able to identify any of them that was that might have been who you stirred?
No.
Did anyone at the restaurant, how many on staff pointed any of them out? Or how many were interviewed by the FBI?
I'd say about 3 or 4 waitresses.
That includes you?
Yeah.
Okay. So 9/11 happened. You had a second job at another restaurant down the street called Bunny's.
Yeah.
And 9/11 occurred when you were there. When did you hear from any of the other staff at Whistle Junction that, hey, the Middle Eastern people that ate here just a few weeks before, I think they were the ones who hijacked the 4 airliners?
Well, they didn't really say that. They just said, wonder if they was involved, because that's what they looked like. They were Mid-Eastern and didn't speak English. They just thought it wasn't a coincidence that they were there in the area when this all came down.
And perhaps the fact that they were eating there before and stopped.
Yeah, they stopped a few days before.
A few days.
A few days before the attack, they stopped coming in. Like they went someplace else to do something else,
Interesting. That's something that I didn't know. Because I know that you've told me this story like a few times, but I've never actually interviewed you on camera about it. Trying to think. So it was a few days, like 3 or 4. Or something.
They had quit coming in by the time it happened. So it took the girls a few days to talk and realize, maybe they was part of it. That don't mean they were flying the planes. They could have been, the background stuff, doing whatever.
But there's a Florida connection, and
Yeah,
there's
we
a lot
trained
of
the pilots.
yeah. But they were also seen at a house party. They are on camera. Not all of them, but some of
Well,
them.
yeah.
So there's other areas in Florida that is still kind of unknown about Al Qaeda, their actions, who they were with, who all. It's just a mystery aspects in Florida. Trying to think if there's any other questions. So it was less than a week. You're not sure of the amount of days, but less than a week before 9/11 is when they stopped showing up.
If I remember right, yes.
Okay. How long in total were they there?
Probably 2 weeks.
That's it. So it's not like they came in as a routine. It was just a 2 week.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't all that long.
Can you describe what they were wearing?
No. I couldn't tell you what you had on last week.
Okay.
You know, I don't remember that kind of stuff.
Well, how did you know that they were training to fly?
I didn't know they were.
Oh, I thought you said in this
They didn't
interview.
talk. They didn't commute. They didn't carry a conversation. The one spoke English just enough to order their drinks, and if they wanted refills and stuff or more bread or something to the effect of my work.
Okay.
The one.
Did they drink coffee?
No, I think it was tea and water, if I remember right.
Okay. But none of them had like a long beard or any
No.
to facial hair, a mustache, and maybe
A short beard or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. None of them had long hair.
No.
Were they all about the same shape? Meaning, like, was there like one or two that was kind of strong looking?
Oh, I don't know about that. They looked like about the same size. There wasn't a fat one. There wasn't a real skinny one. They were just.
Well, like, say one that was muscular and one that wasn't.
No, I didn't pay that much attention.
Okay. Did any of them have a bald head or balding
No.
at all? No. Did any of them wear glasses?
Now that I don't remember. Too many years.
And you don't remember if they tipped at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. Was it the same group for the
same
2
four,
weeks?
yes.
Same four.
Mm-hmm.
And you're positive it's the same four.
Yes.
So kind of positive?
No, I'm pretty positive it was the same four that come every night.
Okay. What did the FBI... So the FBI showed up. Did they stitch you alone in a room?
Yeah, they took us in the office and questioned us one by one.
Okay. You heard no follow-up after that?
No.
Do you remember the agents' names?
No.
What they looked like?
Nope.
Male or female?
Male.
How many agents?
Mid-30s, 40s, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like how many? Like one?
What, that came to talk to us? I think
Yes.
there was 3 different ones.
And they only questioned you the once?
Said if they had a follow-up, they'd be back. And then I'd never seen them. Whether they talked to the other girls again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Might come in when I wasn't working.
Oh, it's sort of like, it's a story that I don't think the FBI would be too interested in. I mean, maybe making like a timeline of their activities, but I don't think like they sat down and talked about anything about it.
We wouldn't knew what they were saying if they did talk. They talked low and, in their language. And
They talked really low. Like,
sure, they didn't draw attention to themselves. They just had a quiet conversation.
Did you think that that was just sort of naturally how they were, or that it was intentional to not draw attention?
Well, I'd say it was just, they were just talking. I mean, like I say,
Did any
nobody
of them,
could understand what they were saying.
Did any of them smile or laugh at
Nope.
all? No. Um, were they mainly quiet, or did they talk amongst themselves a whole lot?
Not a whole lot. They were mainly quiet.
Um, hold on, I'm trying to think. So when you were near the table, did they just suddenly stop talking?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a mannerly thing to do. When you walk up to the table, they would quit talking. Anybody does. I mean,
I personally don't, but
most people do because they
Oh.
want to see what you want or they want to tell you what they want. So,
oh, well, yeah. Okay.
just a mannerly thing to do.
So tell me about your experience with the September 11th attack. When did you first hear?
My sister called me on the phone before I went to work.
And which one? And which sister?
Oh, Peggy.
What's her full name?
Peggy Eller.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, where were you born and how old are you now?
I'm 82 now and I was born in West Virginia, in Martinsville.
What year, month, day?
March 7th, 1943.
Okay. So going back to 9/11, so your sister Peggy called, and what is it she said?
We're being bombed up here. Exact words.
What was your reaction and
I go,
response?
what are you talking about? She said, you haven't got the news on? I said, no, I'm getting ready to go to work. We're being bombed up here. I said, well, let me get the TV on and see what's going on. That was it.
When you turn the television on, so far it was just the one that hit on one of the towers?
Don't know what how that went. I just know they were showing it where the planes was hitting the towers.
How was it working as bunnies throughout that day as the events went
That
on?
was very confusing because everybody was talking about it. You know,
I mean,
we were trying to keep updated. You know,
well, one airliner hit the World Trade Center, the other hit the other one. One hit the Pentagon, and the other crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. And the towers both fell. That almost 3,000 people died on that day. Several more due to all the dust and stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
ended up with lung disease and everything else.
yeah, which I personally would count. But not counting the hijackers, I believe it was 2,977.
Oh, in
Was
the World Trade Center.
total. Well, and the Pentagon and United 93.
Yeah.
Or 97?
No, I think it was 93.
Okay. What was your reaction to the World Trade Center's falling? Did you watch that live?
I didn't watch it all live. I watched it that evening when I got home because they were doing constant reruns of everything.
What did you think was going on?
We were being bombed.
Well, technically there weren't bombs, but...
Well, when you take a loaded airplane full of gas and it explodes, that's being bombed. How the bomb's made isn't important. It's a bomb.
I mean, that's, I guess, one way to look at it. Did you... So you never made the connection yourself about the 4 Middle Eastern men?
Not at the time, because we were too interested in seeing what, was actually happening up there. They didn't know why it was happening to start with.
If you were shown any pictures of any of them, you would not be able to...
No.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes everything I have for right now. So, okay.